Right, hello. I'm just testing out the audio, make sure we're all good, and if we're good, we'll get started with tonight's stream. It's night time here now where I am. It's only a short one, I think, but if you want to join in, maybe you've got something to say, let me know in the comments. Close. We'll sort that out later. Hey there. Hello. Hello, hello. Right, okay. Yeah, so we're back. And there we go. It sounds like we're all good, so that's good news. Yes, hello, welcome to tonight's stream. We're talking a little bit about Leeds United, talking about what's coming up. Tomorrow is obviously the big game away at Everton, so we're going to get straight into that in a few moments. But I'd like to just say well done and congratulations to the man featured in in my thumbnail today. It's Luke Ayling for his new contract extension, and I can't tell you, I'm so pleased that he's continuing with us for until at least 2024, apparently till the end of the season. So congratulations, Luke, top man. If ever you watch any of my streams. Nobody watches my streams, so I'm pretty safe. What about Everton then? Well, the press conferences have been completed, and the teams are getting prepared, I think, for tomorrow. And it's looking quite promising for us. He's got a couple of playmakers out. He's got the striker out as Sean Dyche, and he's been on. I think yesterday. I think when he did a press conference, and it sounds like their star man Dominic Calvert-Lewin, is it? Maybe I said that wrong, and apologies to him if I did butcher his name. Is out with a hamstring concern, but he said that he's suffered it 2 weeks ago. Dyche said that he's not available for selection, and he will need extra time. The root of the problem is pretty easy from medical side of things, he explained on Friday. So he did this on Friday. Today, obviously. While he's out, we want him to do work to strengthen his whole body, not just the injury site. That's a process to go through for the player being injured and getting them back on the pitch when they are fully fit and clear. But then they'll still need some training days, he said, because when you train under control of physios, it's a different type of training. But when you train with the first team, it's reactive. You have to react and be proactive. So, whatever that means, Sean, it's all alright. No one can control different ways of coming back from injuries when bodies are free and clear of getting natural movement pattern. And that can take a bit of time, says Dyche. And he hasn't been out that long, so you'd hope that it wouldn't happen quite quickly. Yeah, it sounds to me, hamstring. It could be. He could be out for another few weeks, I think. Of course, we're just analysing a little bit what Everton are all about at the moment under Sean Dyche. They've had a result there, haven't they, against Arsenal? Beat Arsenal 1-0, and then they lost to Liverpool midweek, so they're going to come out, they're going to be fighting, and they're going to be up for this game. I'll tell you now, from a Leeds point of view, this is not going to be a very nice place to go for us. And a few things have been said about Skabala, haven't they, on Facebook? Some people saying he's arrogant, some people saying he's down to earth, people saying he's arrogant because he said he's going to go there and get 3 points. I don't think that's arrogant. I think that's just, this is the intention that we have. We need to go there and get a win, put ourselves in a good footing, try and get a bit of a distance between us and the bottom 3, because the chasing pack are not far behind, and we want somebody else to be replacing us in our position and watch us climb up the ladder of the league, I think, is the main concern from a lot of Leeds fans, and I honestly couldn't agree more. We definitely need 3 points. And I think after so long, a win would be a welcome relief. Dyche says that he's got a couple of other injury concerns. It's James Garner and Nathan Patterson. But he's going to try and put them in the under-21s that tomorrow night. I mean, I don't. It looks like that's Saturday, so it should be those two guys are missing as well. So it sounds like the Everton first team is like us, or it has been in the past. It's quite depleted, and they're a bit thin on the ground for cover, etc. Andros Townsend is also unavailable with an cruciate Achilles ligament injury, so he's also out. It's all to play for Leeds, but we can't be going there and being at all complacent. We've got to go there, be professional. We've got to go there, get a win. And as I was saying to one of the other Leeds channels on YouTube, that it seems we've dropped a lot of points from winning positions, and we've got to stop that from happening. I think that's our Achilles heel, isn't it? We seem to get ahead in these games, and we go continuing looking for other goals, and we suddenly get caught on a counter-attack. Bad positioning and players advancing too far up the pitch has meant that it's been too easy for teams to pick us off, and I suspect that Everton are probably going to do the same tomorrow when we play them over there at Goodison Park. I suspect that we're going to be playing a possession game of football and trying to dominate and hurry and harass Everton, but they're just going to sit back, be compact, I think, and they're going to try and pick us off on the break. And you know, in the past, teams have found that rather easy to do. Under Scabala, I think we look a little bit more solid. I think perhaps Weber's making a difference. I think that we're if we could get Strouk back, it looks like from the training video he has trained today, has Strouk, so or recently he's trained, so with the first team. So it's interesting to see what is going to happen. But our manager hasn't really given anything away. He generally doesn't say very much when you watch his press conferences, Scabala, and I think nothing is going to change there. There's nothing really released by the club either about the preview. They say that I'm just going to tell you a bit about this. So just give me a second while I just close this pop-up. There's pop-ups all sorts popping up all over the place. And obviously Everton are one place behind us and they're 1 point below us. So their goal difference is a little bit worse than ours. And Dyche took charge at the end of January after a 10-game run without a win. Doesn't it sound familiar? And his side defeated high-flying Arsenal in his first match in charge with a goal from Tarkowski. You know, when Burnley went down, I thought he'd be an ideal target for us to get. I was quite impressed with him at the back, quite a commanding figure. But obviously, our guys had other ideas at the time. Everton were unable to follow up. Yes, they lost in the Merseyside derby. Last time out, Leeds and Everton played a 1-1 draw, and it was Sinisterra with an equaliser to Anthony Gordon's opener. Leeds came back into the match and draws into wins in the Premier League, having had 4 stalemates since the return to action following the FIFA World Cup. Yeah, we're picking up the odd point here and there, but it's like anything else, isn't it? At Old Trafford, we've 2-0 up. We looked like we were doing all right. Ten Hag makes a couple of substitutions, changes the game for United, and they scrape a point out of us for that. And I think perhaps we have to be a little bit more proactive, especially if we are ahead. How do we defend the lead during a game? And if the other team makes any kind of adjustment to their lineup, whether it be substitutions or a jig around with their formation, you've got to be thinking, can we react quick enough to this? What have they done? Why have they done it? And how do we counteract the threat? Does it pose any threat? Their adjustments, and can we make those adjustments work in our favour? It's always a bit difficult, isn't it, when you have put two subs on, and you think, oh, they're going to need a good 5-10 minutes to get into the game, but quite often they're making instant impacts against us, and that's a really big problem. Leeds United also say that it's not selected for coverage in the UK, this particular game. You could also visit leedsunited.com for updates, but why would you want to do that? You could just join me here on YouTube and I'll sit here and watch it and tell you what's going on. If you didn't know, Leeds have put a training video out today, sponsored by Boost, I think, and they're talking a little bit about the game, and they're obviously wanting everybody to get a little bit hyped. We'll go in and have a little look at some of those comments that people have put. I guess the players are retraining themselves. We have no coaches and no manager. Says Leeds Scum 85. Devington says you didn't see the coaches on the video then. Absolutely deadly. Let's hope Everton don't play with any defenders. Oh, dear me. I'll tell you what. What's my prediction? Of course, I want to win. We've got to go out with the attitude that we're going to go and get 3 points every single game now. If not, we're going to be on the slippery slope back down to the Championship. No, but let's be honest, nobody wants to go there. Graham Wood says, off camera they've probably been practicing heading away cut crosses into our box, especially the ones going for the go to the far post. It's Dyche's variation on Route 1. I kind of agree with that. I mean, we watched that Man United game at Elland Road. We were all there, but I think it was just a quality ball that beat us, and a quality header. And I think, was it Rashford who was on the end of that, and you can't. It was a type of cross you can't defend against, but have we got to be a bit more proactive when the opposition is attacking in our third? Aronson to start on Saturday, says Jack Leonard. Hell no, Everton's middle are lumps. Bring him in with 20 to go. Yeah. Awesome. Leeds looks like we've actually got someone on the far post side waiting to put the crosses in. Plenty of getting wide, low crosses in the box. So generally speaking, a lot of people confident. The ones who have seen the training video, I saw it earlier, and it looked good. It's nice to see what's going on at Thorpe Arch. It's great. Aiden LUFC says, so good he doesn't even need to see, and it's a picture of Willie Nonto from behind with this woolly hat snud thing on, or whatever they call them. After hours running, a bit of a rundown, then back home in the Lambo to have a pint and a bet. Says Pongon Snodgrass. Pongo Snodgrass, I think it is. Where's Tyler Adams? God, what a noise. Jesus Christ. I'm not sure what that's all about. Getting out wide and putting crosses in, is it a new approach? Has it been tried by anyone else yet? Has nobody told them the goal is in the middle? Being more brave. We don't really need width. The goals are in the middle, right? Embarrassment, says Wacko E1919. Strauch is back, I see. For me, Firpo should start, though. Long live Junior Firpo. I'm not even going to try and read that username out. It's a M followed by a bunch of numbers. And quite frankly, I'm just too tired to even bother reading. stuff like that out. So make sure you get a good username, and then people know who you are, don't they? And it's going to be a lot easier for you. There's not much given away by Skabala. He's talked a little bit about the players coming back from injury. We all know about them. Stuart Dallas. I mean, have we missed him? Is he the kind of guy who can come in at the back end of this season and really help us out? And I think the answer is yes. The more variation, the more players we have, the more options it gives the manager, it gives the coaches. Sorry, I hate orange. Low, fast balls into the box is the order of the day. Bamford goal was offside. They're having a joke about the training session, and like anything else, I mean, I read a lot of what's going on Facebook and stuff like that, and I do get a little bit disappointed with it, if I'm brutally honest. I think that there's a lot of people out there who, should I say, are, well, I don't know. I think they're just being a little bit negative. Perhaps they're not even Leeds fans. You never know when the keyboard warriors. But according to this, Ronnie McGrath signs a first professional deal. So we've got another youngster who's signing up for professional deals at the moment, and it sounds like that's going to be another good addition to the squad. I don't know if they can put him in the first team professionally at this stage because of obviously all the rules and regulations and blah 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 blah. Wage revenue in what does that say? Yeah, it's just a post talking about wage revenues and all that stuff from one of the regular posters over there on Facebook, just bumping a load of stats and facts and all the rest of it. I think, of course, I want to see a win. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think, if you have a prediction. I'll put a YouTube short out. You can put your predictions in there if you really, really want. And, we could always have a bit of, not betting, but just a bit of crack and a bit of what have you. And well done to Rafinha, who did he get a goal again? I didn't see the goal, the game or the goal, but I'm told that it's an absolute stunner of an effort from Rafinha. So it's well done to him, of course. Wouldn't it be nice to have him back? And of course, did anyone see the Darren Farley Leeds United manager job video? Honestly, Harry Redknapp. I mean, where has that even come from? And Sam Allardyce, I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest with you. I think Orta's got his mind set on somebody else. And some of the language used by Skabala makes me think that Leeds already have somebody in the works. It's just a case of finalising the deal and making it public as and when they see fit. If you listen carefully to what he says, how he says it, I genuinely think that we've probably got someone, but it's all up in the air at the moment, and I think people are feeling a little bit down because I think we've had a few rejections. Try to remain positive. It's not It's not all bad, Leeds fans. It's not all bad. We're gonna be all right. I'm still pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up in this second half of the season. I think we're gonna end up in a lot better place than perhaps most of us recognise. And I'm just gonna give a shout out actually because one of the channels I watched today. It's is it Leeds Bird Rants? Is it? Let me have a look at that one. I'm gonna just try and find it. I'm gonna put a link into her channel, Leeds Bird Rants, because she has got some absolutely fire content, and she talks a lot about stats and statistics and stuff like that. and she's got on and made a points prediction, and I think she said something like, "We need 21 points from 16 games is the answer." If I remember rightly, it's a long time ago since I watched this video. But if you do get the chance to go over there and watch it, I will just put a link on there, and then you can go and do that, of course. Let's see what it says. Everybody wants. Yeah, that's it. Leeds new manager. I think she's titled it, "What do Leeds need to do?" Yeah, that's it. Is it this one? And she goes into the fixtures, she goes into the points. Yeah, here we go. And she talks a lot about, obviously February is almost at an end, but 28th of Feb, of course, we've got Fulham away at the FA Cup. We're not bothered about that. Everton and Southampton. The Premier League has got to be the number one target. But look, if you get the chance, get yourself over there later on after this stream. Please watch my stream. Get yourself over there, have a look at her video. She's got some really, really cracking insights. 249 subs at the moment in her channel, so I subscribed as well. I'm not, obviously, I mean, am I competing with her? No, I think our content is completely different. And I'll tell you what I do like about her channel. She's got. Why don't I just show you it? That'd be even better, wouldn't it? Because I could talk a little bit about. Perhaps you're a Leeds fan with a channel, a growing Leeds channel, and perhaps you're a bit like me, short on subs and stuff like that. I mean, I'm on 11. Don't know how I've managed that, but we're doing all right. So if you go over here, look, she's got some shorts published, and what I love her thumbnails. I've never done a YouTube review before, so I think it might be a good time to do one. So Leeds Bird Rants, you're very welcome for your shout out on this one. I think I like your shorts as well, but I certainly like your thumbnails. I think they're really, really clickable of them, and YouTube served those up to me without me even looking on my homepage today. YouTube knows I'm a Leeds fan, so there you go. You're into the recommended for Leeds fans. I think if that's the case, you're going to grow this channel very quickly now, I think. I hope so anyway, and I hope your thumbnails win the click. Everything Leeds United, she says. And at Leeds Bird Rants, I love her name. I love her YouTube name. I wish I could think of a good name for my channel. I'm pretty dry, to be honest with you. Nothing in the community post. Get yourself something in that community post. My community post is started to help me grow my channel, so that would be a recommendation. You might just post about Leeds stuff. You might just want to post about yourself. I don't know. Whatever you want. You don't have any recommended channels. And her name is Kate, spelt C-A-T-E. Leeds Birds Rants. And she says her channel is from a different perspective. I don't claim to know everything about football. She's honest. I don't claim to know everything about football. I wish I did. But she likes to know how a good club is run. She knows a good manager when she sees one, and she does talk about Skabala actually, and Dyche and what have you. The recent shorts that she's pumped out are very insightful, I think. So I think you're doing a great job. Good results are, and what success looks like. Leeds United can have all of these, she says, and she puts a little trophy there. Transfer news, rumours, honest opinions, inspiring Leeds United stories are always dropping. She's asking for business and sponsorship. She has an Instagram, Leeds Bird Rants as well. I mean, if you're into Instagram, I'm not. I'm just old and uncool. and she's got Twitter as well. So I'm gonna follow her on Twitter very soon, I think, and maybe I should get a Twitter account. And she's got 5,218 views. Yeah, that's only 1,000 more than me. But you see, it's like anything else, isn't it? Getting your subscribers to come back, get them coming back and watching your content. You know, that's the art of YouTube, isn't it? And I think, look, I think she's doing a great job though. So I'm gonna give at Leeds United rant. Sorry, hang on. Let me say that again. What is it? At Leeds Bird Rants, is it? I don't know if you know, but in YouTube you can use the at button and then give like a shout out. So I think I'm doing that simply because I've watched quite a bit of her content today, and I actually really enjoyed it. So if you've got some good content about Leeds United, let me know. Let me know, definitely. I'm on 4,258 views. She is on 5,000. So I'm not too bothered. I'm not competing with anybody else. I just make my own channel. I make my own stuff, and if you don't like it, well, it's tough titty, isn't it? Really. I think it's good to see anybody who's making YouTube content or talking about Leeds United, and it certainly, what it does do is it heightens our club's footprint on YouTube, doesn't it? All too often we're seeing Man City fans, Liverpool fans, Man United fans, and they're pumping content out. So yeah, why not? Let's shout from the rooftops about Leeds United. Let's get the rest of the world onto Leeds United. Let's try and find some more. I mean, you know, I'll get absolutely slaughtered for this because, you know, oh well, you're just getting fans, and you know, these people have probably supported other clubs and they're not really fans, and blah blah blah. Whatever, mate. Whatever you think, you know, and if that's your opinion, people will support whoever they like. And I remember all that going back to Qatar, you know, and the British media going around and, you know, whitewashing the Qatari World Cup with, oh, these fans look a bit more Indian than Argentinian or French or blah blah blah. I sat there like, comparatively, when you think about it, there are a lot of South Asians in Qatar at the time because they were doing building projects, and that was pre-tournament. So what are you talking about? If they want to wave an Argentina flag, let them get on with it. Who cares? It's just a game at the end of the day. Let them enjoy the moment. Let them get on with it. Let them, you know, celebrate the game, and that's what we're all about, isn't it? I think. Anyway. Oh yes, there we go. That's what I was going to do. I was just going to put a little at Leeds. I can't talk properly. Maybe I should go to bed and get some sleep. But that's the joy of having a 9-month-old, isn't it? And spending all day in a bloody classroom. At Leeds Bird Rants. There we go. I enjoy your content, Kate, and well done for producing the stuff that you do. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort and a lot of dedication. So hats off to you. Leeds United YRA 72 as well. If ever you get the chance, he's got a load of shorts talking about the it's point of view, really. They're mainly points of view, and he's actually sitting in the stands. Lucky sod. I wish I was sat in the stands going to watch Leeds at Elland Road or wherever they're playing. Yeah, Skabala, it's an odd one, isn't it? I think if we look at what he said today, it sounds to me like he knows something that at the moment we don't know. And I'm going to try and scrub through into that presser that he had yesterday. and we're going to try and find out. Hopefully, then you can see what I mean. Let's have a look here. Now, his press conferences are generally quite short, and there is. I don't know if you've. One of the reasons why I like YouTube is because there's a transcript option, and if we flick down here, he more or less uses a grammatical tense that indicates that his time is up, and that really probably isn't. Is he doing that by accident? Is he doing it on purpose? Does he know something that the rest of the Leeds fans don't know? Does he look a bit nervous to you when he's on the screen? I mean, I think I probably would be, a guy with his experience just taking over the job. Knowing how demanding the fans are and how poor results have been recently, I think he's going to be a little bit nervous, etc. I'm just going to mute that for the time being, and I'll just see if I can. There's no find button, is there? Let's have a look. I'll see if I can. He says something like, "I've had a good time." It won't search that. I think. Let's have a look.
These season-defining games.
I think there's still a lot of games to go. I think we need to pick up points, so I think they're important games as always. But I do think there's enough games for it to pick up points. But I think they're huge games. Every game in the Premier League is a huge game, and it's a big opportunity. And the players are excited to try and go to Goodison and go and get the 3 points.
The club have made an announcement this lunchtime about Luke Haley and his contract. How important is he to the team, to the dressing room, and how impressed were you with his performances against Manchester United?
For sure. I think all the players are important to this group. I'm not really seeing so much as an opportunity, more of a job I need to do to support the club in this moment.
The next, is in the microphone?
Yeah. So he starts off here. I don't think the mic's on. And he talks about supporting the club, and that's the main thing.
To the dressing room and
keeping the club.
How impressed were you with his performances against Manchester United?
For sure. I think all the players are important to this group. They're a really good group of players, but I think Luke, first and foremost, is a great person to have around. Very professional, great leader in the dressing room, and a bit of a legend at the club. So I'm really pleased, personally, but also for him professionally and for the club that they could get an extension out of him. But I think it's a really important moment. And to answer the second part of your question about his performances, I thought he was brilliant in the 2 games against Manchester United.
Can we continue on Luke then, please, Michael?
Sure.
What is it about him that is so essential to a dressing room? Because you would have been around loads of dressing rooms in your time.
I think it's always important that you have good leaders, and it's also important you have good leaders to help support the young players, but also good leaders.
Yeah, so the journalist here asked him, why is it so important to have him in the dressing room? What does he bring to the team in the dressing room, etc.?
A couple of games.
So that smile will be even broader than
I think so.
What about this game against Everton? Have you had a chance to assess all the injuries now, and are you able to give us any more information as to who's available this week?
Yeah, sure. So we've still got the long-term ones that we're trying to work hard on to get back fit. We've got Pascal back in training after he had the concussion, so he's back in training today, which is a positive. Liam Cooper and Mark Rocker are touch and go, not far, so we could see them maybe on Saturday, but we don't want to take any risks with any players, and I definitely don't want to take any risks with any players in this moment. But there's another couple that could be back. We've got Sonny Perkins back on the pitch, which is nice to see. So, yeah, we're slowly getting some strength back in the squad, which is really pleasing.
You've not had any extra...
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It's someone who I'd kind of forgotten about, Sonny Perkins, getting him back into the fray, and someone else who I want to see more of play, that Giabi. And if Everton are going to be physical, which I suspect they are, a physical side under Sean Dyche, they more than likely will be. They're going to be in there trying to bully the midfield. I think we need somebody in there. I mean, we've got McKennie, haven't we? I'm not so sure Tyler Adams is going to be the right man. Maybe have that option of Diaby coming on from the bench if the midfield is getting a little bit overwhelmed tomorrow. And I think I would probably pack that midfield and why not try and tinker with the formation a little bit. You know, you could shove Ayling up the park a little bit more and play a 3 at the back. Try and be nice and compact, but obviously have that flexibility between the midfielder, the defensive midfielder, Tyler Adams perhaps covering and helping out certainly at left back, because you know that what Everton are going to be doing tomorrow is going down our left side for the majority of the game, I think, and trying to work whoever it is at the left back. Is it going to be Strauch? Well, we don't know. He doesn't say so at the moment, but he says that obviously Pascal is back in training, so that's a good bit of news for us.
But any new ones to worry about since the last game?
Nothing that knocks, bangs, usual things when you come off the pitch, but nothing major.
After the last game, did you feel that might have been it for you in terms of taking the senior side? So you had to sort of re-lift yourself at all, or realign yourself to deal with the next game or two?
Yeah, I just thought, every game I'll take it, every week I'll take it, and every day I'll just come in and try and do the best job to set up the team and be prepared. And in that moment, I was prepared for this week if I needed to be called upon. And if I was called upon, I just carry on doing the job that hopefully people can see, which is do the best I can do, give as much time as I can to it, and hopefully set up the team to try and perform in the next game.
It seems that the guys and the senior guys have really responded to you well, Michael. What would you say was your strength in being able to do it? Not only the young players that you've had a lot of experience of, but those senior players.
They're part of the process for me. The senior players are really experienced players. They've played in the Premier League a lot, and I just want them involved in the process in whatever we do, and they need to be comfortable in how we want to do things and how we play. And the leadership group and the players that are around all are part of the process, and it's really important for me to use the experience of those players, and they've been brilliant in that way.
Yeah, I mean, looking at his body language, I think he's taking questions here from Adam Pope. Now, if you don't know who Adam Pope is, he's one of the lifelong Leeds fan journalists, and he's been in and around the club for God knows how long, a long time, and he's looking a little bit nervous. He's holding on to that chin a little bit, but at the same time, he's not giving too much away about what's going on down at Elland Road, what's going on behind the scenes. And I think the question there was how has he found the transition from going up from the the academy sides or the development sides into the first team setup. And I'm quite convinced with his answer. He's a humble guy. He's probably a really nice guy. I'm probably not used to having this level of attention put on him, pressure on him as well, because as a club, the fans like myself were expecting, wanting, or hoping for results, and I think he's been put in a very difficult position now because we've got rid of Marsh, and I said I wasn't too sure that was the right move at the time. I'm still convinced it's. Given what we've got at the moment, it definitely isn't the right move. We've got a lot of change happening at Elland Road, and I think one thing that a team or a squad probably needs is consistency. Consistent training, consistent methodologies, consistent routine. All right, you shake things up a little bit every now and then, keep the players on the toes, but is it too much for our players? That's my thing, isn't it? It's that's my question about the players. Is it too much for them? Are there any changes in the routines? Are there any changes in the training patterns? Are there any changes in formations? And when I was watching the Sean Dyche press conference earlier, he said that obviously Sean Dyche was at the Nottingham Forest game. In case you didn't know that, he was there. And he says that they have been looking this week closely at the Manchester United game to assess what tweaks we have made to our formation, to our play patterns. So we are under the spotlight. They're watching us as closely as we are probably watching them. Has anybody got the? Is there anybody somewhere down near Everton training ground with a pair of binoculars?
Sean Dyche, what's your experience of him? And being at the FA, have you had a lot of experience of him?
I've met Sean a couple of times. He probably doesn't remember me, but yeah, we have a similar guy that I know he played for, John Duncan, that actually worked with me a few years ago. I learned a lot of John as well. So sadly, John's passed away now, but he's such a good footballing man, and both of us have probably come from the school of John Duncan in ways. So yeah, I know Sean a little bit, and obviously know he's a great manager. Every manager in the Premier League is great, and every team is tough, and it'll be a really tough game on Saturday, no doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am nervous about this game. I'm hoping for a win. I can't see us getting a win. I could see us getting a draw. Everton traditionally is a very hard ground for Leeds to go to. We generally come away from there not with very much, I don't think, and you could look at the stats if you want on that previously, and I think I highlighted earlier that there was a draw and a couple of other results where we just didn't they play us at home and they beat us, and we're all sat there thinking we should have won that game. But how many times have you said that to yourself this season? And it's too many. The answer is way too many times. And I just want to see. I just love it. I might Kevin Keegan this or not, I don't know. I'd love it if we beat them. I'd love it.
One look at the table obviously shows the importance of the game, but I wonder how significant are you going to treat it, or are you just looking at it as just another game?
We're excited. We're excited to go and try and get 3 points. Genuinely excited again to try and get 3 points. And I've spoke to the players and the staff, and all the staff have been brilliant. We just see it as a chance to go and get 3 points again. And if we can go and do that, that's the most important thing, picking up points.
You see, I don't think there's anything wrong at all with that answer, that he's excited to try and go there and get 3 points. What is wrong with that? Now, I don't know if you've seen the Leeds United on one of them, on one of these supporter groups. Somebody piped up and said something along the lines of, "Well, it's really arrogant to assume that you're going to go to Anfield and get 3 points." He didn't say that. He just said he was excited to go there and try and get 3 points. What's wrong with that? We have to start, and this is one of the things that we've said. We need to have the little bit of belief. It's easy to get a little bit downhearted, a little bit glum with the lack of wins that we've had, the results that we've had, the performances where we've put a great shift in, we've created a lot of chances, but we've ended up getting beat. Look at the Nottingham Forest game, for example. We were sat there, we were all thinking we should be hammering this lot, and we ended up getting beat. And it's the old thing again, isn't it? They literally just set themselves up to defend, get a chance, pick them off with a goal. Again, that goal came after some Forest substitutions. So there's no doubt about it. The other league managers, and he said it there. There are some great managers. They're all great managers. You've got to be great to take charge of a Premier League outfit of any football club, really, but of a Premier League outfit that's struggling. We've definitely been. Our card is marked, and Everton will be thinking to themselves, "We should go and win this game." Dyche will be sat there. "Oh, don't worry, lads, we're going to go out and win this. We're going to give her 8 stuffing. 1-0. Dear, I should have done impressions, shouldn't I? Here we go. Let's see what Scubs has to say for the rest of it.
You pushed Manchester United all the way in 2 games. What has that done for confidence and belief?
For the group, I think they were really pleased with their performances, and that's the most important thing for me, the players. They thought they had some good performances, but at the same time, we didn't get the results. So we've got to tidy up some things and make sure we're strong. But no doubt there will be some really positive feelings because of how well especially I thought second half coming out against Manchester United at Ellen Road, I thought we were really strong.
And have you enjoyed the experience so far? And what have been the biggest sort of challenges and differences to your normal role?
Yeah, this is the question. I'm sorry, I'm not sharing the screen. This is the question now. He's about to answer it. And this is the one that makes me think he knows something that we don't know yet. Orta and Rads have probably already got somebody lined up, and I think it's just a case of the waiting for something to happen. You know, perhaps they need something official from another club. Getting these kinds of deals through the door, or getting them over the line, should I say, isn't easy work. You're not just dealing with one person, you're now dealing with a whole host of people, agents, managing companies, you know, chairman, HR, blah 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 blah. There's obviously a whole process that has to be followed before any kind of announcements can be made. But here's what Skabala says, and why I'm a little bit sceptical about what he says and how he says it.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Exciting.
So he says it, I really enjoyed it, and it sounds like, you know, that's in the past. So in his mind, is he the Leeds coach or not?
Working with top players, love setting up a game plan for top opposition, so I can't say I don't enjoy it. Every day is a pleasure to come in to work and work for the club and work for the players. Biggest challenges, time. Time on a manager is, you know, I think it's one of the things I've learned is being really conscious about your time and focusing on the players, but no problem.
Graham, how is Luis Sinisterra getting on?
Yeah, so obviously from the first game he took a bit of a pull muscle. He's again one of those that is on his way back, bit further away than Liam and Mark. But
yeah, just in case you couldn't hear that, he's talking about Luis Sinisterra and how is his recovery? How is his recovery going on?
He's progressing nicely.
You talked about how well Adams and McKennie did against the three against Manchester United. Have you any thoughts on dealing with Everton's midfield three?
Lots of thoughts. Lots of thoughts. Lots of thinking. They're going to be really physical. We know that. They're really aggressive. They're supreme athletes in the middle of the park against Everton, and we've got to be really good and really competitive on the day to make sure we win that battle in midfield.
We saw last week when Patrick got substituted in the second game, Luke reacted. Patrick obviously wasn't a huge tackle like any player isn't happy to get substituted. Has there been any sort of analysis of that decision and feedback from Patrick?
Yeah, we talk all the time. And I think Adam said one of my strengths. I'm very talkative with the players, and I explain my decisions. I'm very open with my decisions and why. With modern players, I think that's the way, and I think they respect that decision. Whether he thinks I'm right or not is unfortunately we're in a job where we have to make decisions. But no problems. Pat's been amazing, like all the players, and in that moment we just try and make the best decision we can at the time.
How did you talk to Victor when he came to you and said he wanted you to take on a few more matches?
The club have been great. Victor's been great. The board have been great. Everybody's been great around the club, and I just said if you want me to support, I'll carry on doing it, and if I can help in this moment, that's all I want to do. And they've been really supportive of me, you know, just helping them get through these moments.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
We're going to go to a...
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to say anything else. He's not going to say, well, Victor's absolute, you know, blah, 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 etc. I think he's been put in a difficult position. I don't think the Leeds fans, you know, I certainly won't be getting on his back if he doesn't get us a win on Saturday. I hope nobody else gets on his back either. But it says there's a lot of rumours swirling around. Manager ready to take the Leeds job, will work for free but wants a bonus. There's also talk of this Areola coming back into the fray as well. Apparently, I mean, they're talking about Harry Redknapp. And they're even reporting Harry Redknapp on Sky Sports. I mean, come on. We don't want Harry Redknapp back. We don't want him at Ellen Road. It says, let's have a look. I'll just tell you. Harry's taken up a bit of a hobby with the horses, and according to this, it's claimed that Redknapp is ready to take the job at Elland Road. Speaking to Talk Sports breakfast show, he revealed that he's open to doing it without a wage, but doesn't expect to take the job. What the bloody hell does that mean? He says, "I'd do it, but it coincides with the Cheltenham week. I can't miss the Cheltenham. I really can't do it. I can't give that up," says Harry. No, I mean, there was conversations. I don't know where it's coming from, Ray. Someone rang me yesterday, and I said, what are you talking about? It's not April 1st, is it? It came out of the air, but no. I would think about going back. I love it. I wouldn't say no anywhere, but I'm going out and get the Leeds job. No chance. That's not a conversation. But if someone asked me to go in, I'd go in with no wage, just a bonus to keep them out there. That's the move. Leeds do not have a list of candidates. This is whatever it is I'm looking at. To take over, especially not with experience, someone like Redknapp. I mean, Skabala's done well in his 2 games as boss so far, but ultimately we need results. It's another Leeds United. I mean, this is all according to. Yes, it's a joke. What's off for Cheltenham? Yeah, I would really fall for that, except for this. Well, I like it. I think, is it a hoax? It's there's that much nonsense swirling around online about the club now. It really is. January apparently, it really is a joke, and it's not fair when you're publishing all this nonsense, and people don't know what to believe, do they? A lot of memes around. Doris has signed for us, and she's going to be the tea lady. Looking like Mike Bassett will be getting. What was his bloody name? The Sheffield United, not Harry Bassett. That other guy. Who else are we going to dig up? We might as well dig Don Revy up, aren't we, while we're at it, and get him in there running the show. Gerrard, he's not going to be managing at Leeds United. Not a chance, mate. He's not good enough. There's a lot of memes going around. Orta and Harry Redknapp. Just sign here, Harry. Have you ever seen some of these? They're bloody disgraceful, aren't they? I honestly, you lot over on that Facebook page drive me nuts. Reading some of that tosh every day, eh? I'll tell you. Will it pay £100 for an Everton ticket in the way I tried those parasitic tout sites and Hollywood home available? I don't expect any takers, but £100 for it. If you've got an Everton ticket, you can't make it. Someone's putting £100 on the table there. You wanna find out who it was? Press the pause button, rewind it, and have a look. Someone's betting on the GGs. Somebody's passed away there. That's always a terrible thing to see, isn't it? 4-2-3-1 is a Leeds United predicted lineup versus Everton. Posted today. Catch it up. Transfer meddled by Jesse Marsh amid Luke Ayling news. There's some real spaff on this group, isn't there? But there's some of it's good, some of it's bad. Nuno Espirito Santo update. Leeds United are thought to be planning to trigger his release clause. I can't see that. I can't see this guy going for it. I really can't. But if he does, again, is it the right man? Is he going to do the business? Is it going to upset the players having another coach coming in with another setup regime, backroom staff, methods, methodology, all of this stuff? These questions are all to be Harry Redknapp to make sensational return back to the Premier League. Get the band back together again. For God's sake, no, don't. Just don't. Oh God. It's swirling. It's a tornado of shit, really, isn't it? Some of the stuff that's published on here. 5.3. I don't see us landing these, and I hope not. I mean, I watched this video and I thought that was funny, but can we just have a bit of sensibility, please? Can we just? I mean, in Esperanto, whatever his name is, isn't he in Saudi Arabia at the minute? I mean, come on. If he's that good of a manager, he wouldn't have gone there in the first place, would he? You know, it's like Ronaldo. Nobody wants Ronaldo in Europe, so he's had to go out there to fill his boots, really, hasn't he? I think we're in a bit of a quagmire, but I would rather us stick with Skabala than let's give Skabala a chance. I could say it can't be any worse than what it is. I mean, things are already bad, and it could be worse. But you know, get behind the lads tomorrow. Let's hope for a victory, and let's try and support Leeds United and hope that we avoid or certainly pick the 3 points up tomorrow. I really looking forward to this game. I'm nervous. Don't get me wrong, I'm nervous, but I've got a sneaky feeling. So here's to 3 points tomorrow. March on together, everybody. See you next time. So I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along as well, if you fancy that. If you can't get it, swing by my channel. I'll be doing a watch along. Cheerio.